Okay, all joking aside, I had to actually go out and get these materials for this, and this is actually held in my mouth because I'm biting on it. I have this cute little plastic tab here that prevents me from having to bite into the actual styrofoam, which could be really dangerous for you. I don't know if this is styrofoam, but it's something. So I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial, and let's go ahead and get into it. Phew! And so we're back, and I wanted to show you the last parts of this cosplay, which is the little mouthpiece. I think I'm going to forego the little serving tray just for now because, you know, I don't really need to. Also, I'm going to use a pre-owned shirt, stockings, and shoes, so if you don't have those, go ahead and go out and buy those. Here are my new ingredients for my dangos. So I actually went out and bought these nice, like, bamboo skewers. They were $1. I bought these styrofoam balls. No, these are kind of like special balls. They're not really styrofoam, they're harder. I don't know what they're called, but they're like plaster balls. And then I'm going to be painting them. Afterwards, we're going to be cutting slits into these little balls using like an exacto knife and then putting in this so I can bite onto it. That's going to change into a different size. Originally, I was going to use like air dry clay. Let me show you what happened. Here's my air dry clay. It's literally foam clay, but the problem is it is foam now. So I can't use it. I waited too long. So I'm just gonna, you know, throw that away. I'm gonna take out the foam clay and the topping. I'm gonna use this for painting or something else someday. It's always good to keep small little bins like this for something that you might need in the future. Cosplay hoarding at its finest, you know, just recycling. Now I'm gonna go ahead and open up my skewers and my package of little balls. I'm going to see if they can actually be skewered by these bamboo skewers. So to test this out, I'm going to repeatedly shove in one of these bamboo skewers into the little hole that's provided and see if I can go through it. Oh, it came out, yay! So I have two different paints here. This is a really dark green. I'm going to do this extremely lightly onto this and hopefully it doesn't come out too dark. If it does, I'm going to go back with a white and maybe lighten it. Maybe I'll just lighten it in this like container here. That's why we have this. And then I have this super dimensional fabric paint here. I think it will look really nice if I use this as the pink and slowly paint it all over the balls. Now in order for me to paint the balls, I've already skewered both of them so they can go onto my stick so it's easier for me to paint. So what I want to do is make sure that they are separated first, and then I'm going to hold it and then slowly paint it and go from there. Not actually going to paint this middle one. This middle one is going to stay white because the middle one is white. So I want to make sure that the pink and green are done correctly first before I start assembling this. I should have gone out and got some more white because this is all the white that I have. And then I'm going to pour out a little bit of the white and then work with the green so that it looks nicer. I'm just gonna slightly pour out a little bit because I don't want to have it too green. Actually, more green's better than not. I think that'll be plenty. So now I'm going to add white and then start mixing the colors just like you were in grade school. Once I do that, I'm going to keep mixing until I get the right color green. I want this green to be very crayon color green and a true green versus a dark green. Then I'm going to slowly start painting it onto one of my balls. I'm going to use a small brush for this. I don't want a big brush and accidentally knock onto the other ball. You can actually put the other ball on a different skewer too. Alright, so you definitely don't want to fall and trip and stab your eye out on these. I went ahead and put my skewers in a box to hold it up so that my balls don't get touched. Now I'm going to use that three-dimensional puffy paint and slowly work it around one of the balls. You can see that it's not being absorbed like the green one, and that's okay because this is a different type of paint. It's not acrylic. So I'm going to go over it multiple times with many layers. And you can see I'm just slowly working it around, spreading it evenly. It's okay if it's not even because, you know, this is food. Food isn't perfect all the time. This is what one layer looks like. It looks like a giant gumball kind of thing. It's kind of cute, but you know, I want this to be more vibrant, so I'm gonna go back on with multiple layers. This is going to be layer number 2, and I'm just gonna let it dry in between about 5 minutes each time and slowly work it around like nail polish. So now that we have all of these painted and drying, I put these two together because we're going to start cutting this out. So what I'm going to do first is cut out this top part so it's nice and clean, and then I have something to work with. First thing I'm going to do is actually separate the top and the bottom. I don't need this bottom piece, it completely has too much ridges, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut that off. So at first I'm going to cut out a corner of this plastic cover. I don't want to use all of the clean slate first, but I have a new idea for cutting out a mouthpiece. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to test this piece of plastic here, see where it goes in my mouth, like this. Okay, so this is perfect, so I can just cut straight down this way. Now, what I wanted to do is to go around this ball here. So I'm going to curve around it slightly. Now I want to poke two holes here and here. Probably wondering, why am I using this plastic instead of just putting it into the sewn spheres? Well, I think it would look better if I can photograph from any direction. If you have a heat gun, you can heat this up lightly and then maneuver it where you want it to go. Luckily, this is pretty flexible. So what I'm gonna do is fold it over and cut it so it has a nice slit. And there we go. Perfect, I think. So now if I can just slightly fold it inwards, even if I bend it just a little bit, I think it'll be okay. Yeah? Okay, now it looks like this. I'm going to remove the white ball. Put one first. This new one. Slowly slide it down. Oh, it doesn't look like it fits. Shoot. Okay, so this is why we're testing it. I'm gonna have to take out more. I'm just slowly scooping out. Oh, now it's too big. That doesn't work. So, let's just try cutting off half of it. I think I'm gonna recut it and then shape it around the ball it's first, but this is kind of like the idea you get. So the last part of this is actually to show you what the end plastic piece looks like. This is the end plastic piece. It's very small actually. It goes around the white ball. There are holes and it's slightly bent and curved, but it's still flat. I rounded out the edges so that it wouldn't cut my mouth and be a little bit more friendly. You can see I actually tested it a lot, so you can see my teeth marks. And then all I have to do is start assembling it. So in order for me to assemble, I'm going to put one side here, put the white ball in, and then put the other side of the plastic carefully so I don't rip it. It is still possible to rip it, and slide it all the way down. Then I take my super duper pink, super coated ball, and now I'm just going to put it on at the end. Make sure everything is pressed nice and tightly, and we are done. If you want, you could actually super glue this in place so none of it falls out, but you know, it's pretty secure. Like this, see, look, it's not coming off. And that is how you make Nezuko's Maid Dangos. If you have any questions about this little cosplay prop, leave me a comment down below asking what your problem is. And make sure to check out some of my other videos, and remember to subscribe to my channel. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, so stay inspired, be creative, and I will see you in a future video. Bye!